The last time that I made any sort of quilting video, my machine broke down and I had to replace it. I had the other one for about 10 years and I was trying to figure out how to fix it. But anyway, there's a new machine. I've been making quilts and I decided to make a scrappy one because I had so much blue and gray fabric left over. Well, I cut 2.5 inches by 16-inch pieces and I sewed 6 of them together. I folded the panel in half and then I ironed one in one direction and the other side in the opposite direction. And now I'm sewing that together by piecing the wrong sides, just folding them over and sewing it. So it's like a loop. This process is actually a hack. So that way I could have 2.5 by 2.5 inch squares, but I can make the quilt faster. And there's the loop. So now I'm cutting them 2.5 inches. I'm doing 6 panels of that. I made each block individually. So here, this is me setting up the first block. I take a seam ripper and I start to put it through a space wherever I want to start my block with. So the top part will be the color that's on my thumb there, or the other side. You don't have to actually rip each little seam. You could pull apart. I actually pulled apart a lot more later on, but I just wanted to show you how the process is done. Whatever square is at the top from the first one, you want to rip at that and then the second one. So I'm ripping them apart and then you could see it's making like a ladder of sorts. So here you go. This will be the first block. And then I sew them together, putting the wrong sides, attaching them, trying to make sure that they're even on each of the seam areas. Some people might want to pin them. I don't find it necessary. And there's my first block. I did 20 blocks altogether. This is how you want to design it. I have it going up one direction and then down the other. And it's like a zigzag for each block. It doesn't really matter the color order. I didn't plan anything, so this is how it ended up with the 20 blocks. I believe 4 blocks across, going down 5. You could probably do another row if you'd like. And then I added a border. The gray is 4 inches thick. The quilt won't be done until after I have my baby because I get on my hands and knees a lot and I can't get up very well. It's time to make some cleaning supplies, which I've been doing for about a decade now. My all-purpose cleaner I use constantly, And I'm just gonna refresh it a little bit here. For this one, I usually do half of the bottle vinegar and half of it water. Since I already have stuff in this, I'm just configuring, and you experiment as you learn how to do this over time. You'll find that white vinegar is an amazing substance to use when cleaning. It cuts through things so nicely and really freshens things up. Typically, I would use probably 20 drops of lemon oil. I'm going to use 10 here, but then later on I'll put 5 more. It helps with the scent, and it also helps with the cleaning process. And I use 10 drops of lavender, usually per bottle. And last, some tea tree oil, which I use 10 drops of as well. Lemon oil kills bacteria. Tea tree oil sanitizes. Both tea tree and lavender can cut fungus and mold. And it helps that insects don't like the smells. All right, now it's time to shake it up. Always shake before you use it too. My degreaser bottle broke recently, so I replaced like pretty much all of them. The sprayers were not doing well either. This is where we do a little science experiment. I'm gonna put 2 tablespoons of baking soda in a little bowl. You can put even more if you really want to. Baking soda is so good. Baking soda literally will take away odors, and it will degrease things so nicely. It removes stains. It's amazing. I mixed it with some water here. This is just to help it because I'm going to be adding vinegar and it won't be too explosive. And just add it in. Again, you could add a few more tablespoons if you'd like. Depends on the bottle size too. This is some water. Again, I'm going to use probably like half of the bottle will be about water and the other half vinegar. Let's just put some lemon oil in too, which smells so good for this. Here's the vinegar. Ready? Just put a little bit in at a time. A lot of people like to put cast iron soap in too, which I've done many times in the past, but I've run out of it. But it's not really necessary, but it does help fight the grease a little bit more. And then you shake it up. Again, shake it before every use. You could even add more baking soda before you clean on the surface that you need to clean. The last one that I'll make today is glass cleaner. This is very simple. Half of it will be vinegar. You could put like 3/4 vinegar, which is what I did here, and you could add distilled water to the rest of it. Don't fill it all the way to the top because you have to put some drops of oil in too. I decided to use my sweet orange oil, which smells so good when you use it. Orange oil is actually an antiseptic, and it degreases and it polishes. So it's really great. Thanks, guys.